Tuning in right here, right now on Nigeria Info. Well, let's take a look at some of the biggest stories as we have them across the papers for today. Do remember, as always, we like to stream the newspaper headlines and review some of the biggest stories as we have them for today. It's of interest that you can watch us live right now on YouTube. Yes, I said it. You can watch us live on YouTube. As we have it on our YouTube channel. We're going on live at Nigeria Info ABJ. Did you get that right? At Nigeria Info Abuja. Oh, that's the one I'm looking for. At Nigeria Info Abuja. Go on right now, stream. I'm looking at myself as I'm looking at you. And of course, the comments are coming in. We're building a very reliable community there. So go on and subscribe. Do it right now. Click on the subscribe button. Click on the notification button so that when we go live, you are able to follow through during the periods of the live broadcast as we have it. It's a similar experience for those on Facebook. The community there is building. Read what your friends are writing. Lead conversations in your own way at Nigeria Info Abuja on Facebook as well. Catch up with us at Nigeria Info on Twitter. Instagram is at Nigeria Info FM Abuja. And surely enough, you can connect with us via any of our listening portals or input portals so you can make your contributions during this very morning. Let's take on the headlines and the big stories as we have them there at this time.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Do remember the stories have been published under the editorial guide of various publishers, and we on Nigeria Info are only informing you at this time of the headlines as we have them for today. Let's take a good review of stories from the leadership newspaper this day, The Nation, Daily Trust, and Daily Post. Okay? All right. Let's start off with leadership newspaper for today, and the headlines there for today, the 30th day of January 2023. Legal fireworks. CSOs sends caution article. Tinubu against distractive campaigns. Naira swap relief as Buhari extends deadline by 10 days. Customs dumps scanners at Apapa Port, orders 100% cargo examination. Senatorial race, I'm not fronting for Akpabio, YPP candidate. Kwara to offset LG workers' salary arrears with 1 billion naira Shopee refunds. Government determined to clear 132 billion naira security department allowance. That's according to Rabo. APC takes Tinubu's renewed hope manifestos to Nigerian youths. Nasemi develops 150 innovative products, says Vice Chairman. State House will lead Nigeria's energy transition plan, says Gabari. Other stories of interest: container-laden truck falls on commercial bus, kills 9 in Lagos. Osun verdict: senior lawyers in disbelief over judge's phrase. PDP chieftains in Kwara Central defect to APC. Tinubu promises to develop Edo's art solid minerals sector. Obi stands out among all presidential candidates, says Ohaneze. Tinubu's outburst over fuel scarcity and others confirms APC's failure. All right, well, these are some of the leading stories. There you find them in the leadership newspaper for today. Let's review some stories as we have them from this day for today now. NUPRC moves to end inaccurate accounting for Nigeria's oil gas production. You'd also find ACF urges federal government to investigate killings of pastoralists in Nasarawa State. Former Osun Governor Oyinlola to sue IG over non-release of report of over release of report of MTN. I think that's what this says. I'll just confirm to, those headlines to extend a little bit further. Okay, over non-release of report on MTN. Yes, I was right. Okay, on MTN. Moving on to other stories of interest this morning. NIDA confirms credit switch as NDPR complains. Sponsored protests cannot change your status as sacked governor. APC taunts Adeleke. Irabo warns against toxic remarks. Over 132 billion debarment allowance. Olu of Warri abolishes Omajaja among Ishekiri. NAFDAC. We will intensify war against substandard falsified medicines. APC PDP return to trenches. That's a story there. Over corruption allegations. INEC constant assurances. Abdullahi Sule says, I have not been approached by any governor that is unhappy with Tinubu. All right, well, these are stories as well, making its round and its way into the collections as you have them for this day newspaper. Now to the nation. Buhari unmoved by PDP's abuses, says Tinubu. Petrol now 555 naira in cities. Naira swap roll depends. Unamani, I dumped article for Tinubu because PDP renegade on zoning. PDP chieftains boycott presidential campaign in Kebbi. Elections. Now throws out C-130H aircraft after in-country overhaul. ACF, Sharia Council demand compensation for 50 herdsmen killed in Nasarawa State. Recognition is motivation for hard work, says Femi. Allow Tinubu replicate Lagos miracle. Adegaye remains our candidate for House of Reps. CBN and scarcity of new Naira notes. What next after February 10? Other stories of interest this very morning. Ondo Amotekun smash teenager-led criminal gang. 1 died, 2 injured, and police and robbers gone due. NDLEA boss transborder cartel seizes illegal drugs. Gunmen kill 3 policemen at Ebonyi checkpoint. Deltans will punish Okowa, PDP, at 2023 polls, says Renyeneju. CBN should make Forex available to manufacturers. All right, other stories of interest, as you can find to read from The Nation this very day. The currencies of life and the leadership question is also in The Nation. I beg to say The Nation newspaper, not this day now. And from Daily Trust, stories making the rounds from there. Colonel Sonny Bello. I saw T.Y. Danjuma on the day of Agun Rossi. I saw T.Y. Rossi was killed. ACF asks federal government to investigate killings of herders in Nasarawa State. Nigerians expressed mixed feelings on extension of deadline for collection of old Naira notes. Federal government under pressure to probe herders' killings in Nasarawa State. As NIMEC predicts flooding, better farming season in 2023. I won't quit new marriage. Woman who married daughter's boyfriend vows. Jos resident resorts to charcoal as gas price soars. CBN to monitor banks' strong rooms. CBN finally extends deadline of old Naira notes. McBan says Nasarawa killings a war crime. Presidency, military, silence unacceptable. Old notes deadline. Northerners will lose hard-earned money, says ACF. Other stories of interest. Nigeria lost 3 trillion naira during 2022 flood, according to the federal government. What the next administration should do for manufacturers, that's according to the Vitafoam CEO. Naira sends up into receive president, says Ganduje. Okay, keeping up with all the stories, PDP's Nnamani says Kwara governor backs Tinubu. Edo motorists, commuters groan as fuel price hits 400 naira, 500 naira. Let's take a look at stories from Daily Post now. Brain drain. Nigeria lost 2,800 resident doctors in 2 years, according to NAD. 2.7 trillion naira was kept permanently in people's homes before we ordered redesign of new naira, says Emefiele. INEC staff caught on camera demanding 1,000 naira for PVC collection. There's a video for it. Other stories of interest: troops kill Boko Haram commander Abu Ilia and 32 others. And then CBN extends deadline for Naira swap. It's also in the news for Daily Post. In Adamawa State, Governor Fitiri reacts to the death of Pastor Hinjari, an ex-council boss. BNSG involved in Nasarawa State killings, says Governor Autumn. Other stories: Ganduje makes U-turn, says Buhari free to visit Kano as planned. Our APC killer thugs attack Jando supporters in Surulere. APC 6 IGP action against Katsina PDP governorship candidate for allegedly assaulting DPO. PDP planning fake news against Tinubu in North, says APC. 2023 polls. Enugu teachers pray for Governor Ogwai and other PDP candidates' victory. Buhari charges Nigerians to elect choice candidates, warns troublemakers. Zamfara. Tinubu's visit proves opposition wrong. Oshola bags hat-trick in Barcelona's away win at Tenerife. All right, well, these are stories you can catch up on as we have them across the papers for today. When we reviewed the likes of Daily Post, Daily Trust, The Nation, This Day, Leadership newspaper, they are all published under the editorial guide of various publishers. And we are Nigeria Info have only informed you of the headlines as we have them for today.
This is Morning Crossfire.
It's time to listen to you and take your comments in this very morning. The lines are back in good time. So let's take your calls as we have them on 0700 951 0000. Again, that's 0700 951 0000. And of course, you can also join in via the other line, which is 080-9597-4869. You can call in on the WhatsApp line. Let's connect on that as well. On 080-999. That's a 999 now. 30137. At Nigeria Info ABJ, you'll find us on Twitter, and on Instagram is at Nigeria Info FM Abuja. Facebook is at Nigeria Info Abuja. YouTube is at Nigeria Info Abuja. And we're streaming live right now. I see your comments as they've come in this very morning. Now, we ask of you as you join the show, we plead with you to follow through with our editorial guide. We ask of you that your comments be devoid of hateful speech, lies, fake news, and abuses. We ask of you to be truthful and factual as you share with us this very morning. We plead with you to keep your emotions in check, and also please be mindful that somebody else is also waiting to use the phone lines, okay? So when we do ask you to round off, please kindly oblige. Thank you for that. Let's take your calls.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
You're welcome to the show. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Femi.
Good morning. How are you today?
Happy New Week.
Same to you, dear friend. Same to you.
This is your brother from North Central, living in Kuba Federal Zone.
Oh, good to have you on. Okay, go on.
Mr. Femi, 55 naira and first 35 naira per liter in the city. Mr. Femi, Nigerians are suffering. Why Muhammad Buhari and APC they put Nigeria into the hardship? But the Muhammad Buhari promised Nigeria 2012 when Jonathan increased 85 naira per liter. If the Nigeria fell for a per liter, Nigeria will survive. Today, Muhammad Buhari has the power today, and the APC they promise us, and all the promises have failed. We beg Muhammad Buhari, you should put life and property and wants of people.
Okay.
Mr. President, advise Nigerians, they should reject APC because people are suffering that APC and Buhari.
All right, let's leave it at that. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Okay, keeping up with the next call. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Family, good morning this morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Fine. How is work?
Very well. Thanks for asking. What's your name, sir?
My name is Emmanuel Charif, the Freedom Wheeler. I am still willing from the seat of Talakawas, family.
All right, sir.
Family, you said over 200 medical experts, 2,000 medical experts left Nigeria looking for greener pasture. Is that not what I heard?
Yes, you're correct.
If that is the case, I want to tell us that we should still be prepared. More will still go. Even those that are doing a lesser job, those of us who are even the commoners in the street that do not even have any other maybe medical job or engineering job, we will still go because the Nigerians are tired of what is happening. I don't know where a situation will find ourselves where the citizens of a country will be running from that country and the leaders are still comfortable. These people are not running from Nigeria because they hate their parents. They are running from Nigeria to go and get better life. What does it take to create a better life for Nigerians? Why do we put ourselves in this condition? Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your time. Grateful to you for that call. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good morning, Femi D.
Good to connect with you. How are you today?
Nothing break the news like the news.
Oh, yes, and I can prove it.
Yes, my name is Salasi.
Welcome, Salasi.
The killings of the killings of the herdsmen in Benue should be investigated.
It's Nasarawa State. It was in
Nasarawa State should be investigated, and other killings that have been going should be investigated. Even the adoption of Leah Sharibu should be brought back to her family. Even the burning Yawuri girl should be united with their family. Petrol sale at the rate of 500 naira and 400 naira per liter. This is the government that say if they are going to sell petrol at the rate of 15 naira per liter. Now we are buying it. Some people are buying at the rate of 500 naira per liter. Just residents resort to charcoal because of the high cost of gas. This is what people are going through. So now President can be able to visit Kano. Before they say, no, come to Kano. But now he can be able to visit Kano. Thank you, Kano people. You are welcome. God bless Nigerian Info.
All right. It makes me laugh when he says thank you and then he adds the welcome very quickly. Okay, keeping up with some messages on the YouTube community. Ibrahim Ajara says, good morning. So also does Akim Mohammed. Anas Al-Magbo says, morning FMD. Najim Umaru says, good morning FMD. I'm always waiting for you at this time to join every morning. All the best FMD. Thank you so much, Najim. Godwin Matthias says, good morning FMD. Akim Mohammed says, I actually foresaw the extension of this Naira swap because election is still far ahead and the rancor was just too much. Left and right, he writes. Okay? All right. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
All right. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show. Good morning, Mr. Family.
All right. Welcome. What's your name, sir?
Good morning. My name is Abila.
Okay. Abila, do you mind turning down your listening device?
Sorry, please. Mr. Femi,
yes, I'm here.
God will serve us in this country. Mr. President is the Minister of Petroleum, and now we cannot have fuel. Nigerians have going through a kind of hardship that we've never been through before. May the Lord help us.
Wow.
Hello, Mr. Femi.
All right. Thank you. I'm here. I'm with you.
Yeah. If you are, coming out in the morning, just the way I'm already in the office now. When I was coming out in the morning, if you see the kind of crowd looking for vehicle, there is no vehicle because of this fuel issue. Any filling station that is, the people know that they are going to sell fuel in no time. You see the kind of queue that is there. Mr. Femi, what have you done to this to deserve this? Other countries are enjoying, but we Nigerians, we are suffering, and we are oh God of mercy. May God help us.
Amen. Thank you, Abila, for your message. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Femi.
All right. Mwanzu John Lasiti from Jigo Buhari says, good morning from the extension of retrieval of old Naira notes, a scam, aimed, defeated. CBN should make new notes available and monitor movements of the cash. Ajibola Isaac writes, he says, I can watch you live, Pastor Ajibola Isaac from Ushafa this morning. Well done, Femidi. Otuba Dr. Aki says, the only way Nigeria can move forward is for us all to be patriotic and do what is right. Nigerians don't love Nigeria. We should not pretend about it. Beckley Atabo says, good morning, Famidi. Obi stands out indeed. The good always stand out in the midst of the bad and the ugly. May God direct Nigerians right. That's according to Becky Atabo. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Famidi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
My name is Omar.
Mal, welcome.
Mr. President is welcome to Kano after extension of new Naira notes. Of course, basically that's what it is. Because the governor said he's not welcome to Kano earlier, like yesterday. A day for me to say. But he's welcome to Kano now after extension of the Naira note. When I used the phrase that there's pandemonium and what was correcting me, say no. See, the tension in town. You know why there are no vehicle there are no super person on the road? As I did for today, somebody said to me that the driver said to him, you cannot enter my vehicle with the old Naira note. And there was no money anywhere. He called me, please come and carry me. Since you are going home, come back to carry me. There is no vehicle around where I am now. There are vehicles, but nobody's carrying anybody with the old Naira note. That was on Saturday night. You get it? These are the issues. These are the party. There's no new Naira note in town. You just come up with, I don't know if I say you something happened to your hair. You just come out and say, okay, nobody should.
Easy with the language.
I'm sorry, I will do it. But today you are adjusting. Saying, okay, extending the time. Why did you have this? It must happen today. When you look at the atmosphere, you understand that there's no fiscal cash. Nobody can have this new Naira to use. If you're going to buy Naira for 15, you look for new Naira to use. What do you call it? This small is buy chewing gum or enter transport for 200 Naira. It's okay. Where's the Naira to pay? You want to transfer to him? It's not done. We're not up to that for that in Nigeria.
Okay.
We're not saying.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Make it sit up. This are hard for Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
What rubbish.
All right. Remember, when you do call Watch the Language, I've always pleaded with you, Sulaiman. Please do that. I know you possibly are upset, but this is not the platform. If you recall, it's just some minutes to 7 o'clock. Children are actually listening in, and it's not a pleasant broadcast to use very unpleasant language on air, and for all the other reasons. You know the editorial guide. I warn you once again, please watch the language. There's nothing like watch rubbish. No, don't do that, please. You're respected. Show a sense of respect as well. All right. Peter also says, good morning, FMD. God bless you. Please, INEC should return PVC collection center to their initial point. Lugbe Kabusa have been taken to Galadimawa, and collection starts 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Solomon Elia writes and he says, good morning, FMD. May the souls of those killed in Nigeria within the week rest in peace. We pray for God's intervention. Sabo Gakasawa says, good morning, FMD. Every year, Nigerian students will graduate, but no job. Why wouldn't they go abroad looking for good jobs? We need a president with good plan for children. Gochuku Onua says, please let the new Naira notes be available. He writes as well. All right, thanks for those comments. After the news, I'd like to read up from the comments we have received from Facebook this very morning as well. There are comments from Facebook, there are comments on WhatsApp, and surely enough we'll make an attempt to get everything to come together right here on Morning Crossfire. Stay with us right here. After the break, there'll be more to talk about as always. Listen to the county governor explain the reasons behind his U-turn in the next hour. Also, the CBN governor explaining the extension. These and many more are part of the things that make up the headlines and, well, the lead. Morning Crossfire will be back shortly. Nothing breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I do it every morning on Morning Crossfire from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Nigeria Info 95.1, and I'm Femi D. Join the biggest conversation around the national politics every day in a way that is trustworthy, full of passion, and yes, covers the biggest politics and the stories that matter to you. See, you have all the reasons to find out what's going on in Nigeria and be engaged differently. Let's talk. That's the way to go, even